Pokemon Ultimate Adventures by Mikazuki. Don't underestimate me, Super Fiend, Jackknife spat. As for you, he turned his gaze to Ash. I've arranged another playmate for you. Sick him, boy! Huh? Ash looked up, and Pikachu's cheeks started sparking when a large figure stepped out of the darkness, standing atop a large stack of crates. Hound! The figure howled, leaping down from the crates, trying to pounce on Ash, but the trainer quickly moved to the side, just missing it. A Houndoom? Ash exclaimed, jumping back as the large Pokemon wearing a spiked collar turned to him and growled. Pikachu! Use... Ah! Ash exclaimed when Doppelganger leapt out of nowhere and kicked Ash on the side of the head, causing it to also hit the crate. As if that wasn't enough, Houndoom immediately leapt forward and pounced on Ash. Ash growled, holding the Quicksilver over his face when the large Pokemon tried to take a bite out of him. Ah! Pikachu! Attack! Ash shouted out. Pikachu! Ash screamed as lightning surged through both Houndoom and himself. But it was worth it, because Houndoom leapt back. Ash got to his feet and panted, looking at the Pokemon. Despite being shocked, he didn't seem that hurt. One attack won't do anything to this Pokemon, said Doppelganger. Unlike the rest of the Pokemon in this gang, we actually take good care of this one. We've had this Houndoom for years, and he's at level 100. You are no match. He smirked, placing his hand on the Pokemon's back. Flamethrower! Ash quickly leapt to the side, missing the fire attack. Ah! He exclaimed when Doppelganger ducked and kicked the back of his legs, causing him to fall back. Headbutt! Doppelganger shouted, and Houndoom immediately leapt forwards, slamming its skull right into Ash's torso. Ah! Ash gasped as he flew back and hit the wall, sliding to the ground. If you don't mind, I would like to give you a lesson about the Messigno gang, said Doppelganger as he approached him. Did you know there are 2 divisions? One is the main one, run by my dear brother right here in Scarlet City. The other is Tealville, run by me. Doppelganger looked down at Ash. I have always commanded respect, and why not? After all, I have strength, I have special powers, and what's more, I have just been allowed into the Super Fiends. With those in mind, no one would dare oppose me until you came along, he growled. Doppelganger kicked Ash in the chest. I was beaten by a common Pokemon trainer! No, worse than that, beaten by a child! He kicked again, but Ash didn't move. It wasn't even certain he was conscious or not, what with his head leaning downwards, with his back up against the wall. Everything I had worked so hard for had suddenly been shattered. My position as one of the fiends had been stripped away, and my followers have all left me! The Tealville Messigno gang has disbanded in one night, all over a single loss! He shouted, continuing to kick Ash. Even here, no one respects me! They only listen to me because they're afraid of my brother. But in reality, just like everyone else, they're all looking down on me! He kicked again, but was surprised. What? Are you done yet? Ash spoke calmly, not even looking up, while his hand was gripping tightly around Doppelganger's ankle. He threw the ex-fiend's leg to the side, causing him to stumble and nearly fall over, while Ash slowly got up and dusted himself off. No hesitation whatsoever. Your Pokemon, I mean, he said, looking at Doppelganger as if he hadn't listened to a word he'd said. Pokemon almost never attack humans by choice, not unless commanded by the trainer or if they truly feel threatened. But what I saw was neither. You don't even have to tell Houndoom to attack me directly. Could it be that it does this regularly? I told you already! This Houndoom is perfectly trained! Said Doppelganger, insulted that Ash hadn't listened to anything he just said. We've worked hard on training this Pokemon, and taught it to make no distinction between human or Pokemon. Both are viable targets. We don't even have to tell Houndoom who to attack, because he already knows. Doppelganger smirked and pointed at Ash. After all, to eliminate the trainer is the same as winning a battle. In both cases, he can no longer fight back. Much better than engaging in a long, drawn-out and pointless... Doppelganger's speech was cut short when Ash slammed his fist across his face. The ex-fiend flew back and hit the ground, clutching the side of his face and writhing in pain, while Ash glared down at him coldly. "Don't ever speak that way about Pokemon battles," Ash spoke. "It's not enough you treat this Pokemon like some weapon, but the way you've corrupted it, desensitizing it from understanding the pain it inflicts when it attacks others just to fulfill your own petty ambitions?" Ash took a fighting stance. "I will not forgive you!" Doppelganger groaned, slowly getting up. He panted, gasping for air, and clutched the side of his face. That punch from Ash, the strength. He couldn't believe a kid could hit so hard. "I knew he might have gotten stronger, but this, it's unbelievable!" He suddenly began to growl. "No! I will not be intimidated! Not by him!" He took a fighting stance, while Houndoom stood ready beside him. "The one who took everything away from me!" Suddenly, copies of him started appearing, all of them glaring hatefully at Ash. Ah! They all attacked. Even when Ash was being attacked by 12 of them, he stood his ground and swerved his body left and right, moving his arms and blocking any attacks with ease. Ha! He shouted as he began attacking, shattering each of the copies with his fists. Even when the pieces came back together, it made no difference. "As you can see, Faker, I'm not the same as I was the first time we fought," he spoke, dodging every single hit. "And another thing!" He turned his head to face one of them. Suddenly, he darted forward and swung his fist. Ah! Doppelganger gasped. His body leaned forward and his mouth hung open at the feel of the impact between Ash's fist and his gut. "You're the real one," Ash said as Doppelganger fell to the ground. "Ow! Did you know?" Doppelganger gasped. "It's simple, really. Cowardly scum like you never put yourselves in danger, and you were the one standing furthest from me." Ash grinned, holding up a peace sign. "If you really wanted to trick me, you should have attacked up front. But then again, I probably would have flattened you anyway." "Flamethrower!" Doppelganger screamed. "Capture!" Ash immediately spun around, opening one of the colorless EC balls Ebby had given him. The fire was sucked into the Pokeball, and it closed itself tight, while a symbol of fire appeared, meaning it had become a fire attack ball. Immediately, he threw the fire attack ball at the incoming copies, melting them and destroying them for real. "Give it up, Faker. You can't win," Ash smirked. "No!" Doppelganger scrambled to his feet and shouted, "Houndoom! Don't stop! Keep attacking! Whatever it takes! Attack!" He screamed. Houndoom howled as it leapt through the air, its fangs bared, ready to tear Ash apart. "Pikachu, thunder," Ash said, almost lazily. The dark fire type screamed out when a gigantic bolt of lightning struck it. Houndoom stood there for a moment, staggering, smoke coming from its body, before collapsing to the ground. "No! Impossible!" Doppelganger screamed. "Houndoom is at level 100! How could it be beaten so easily?" "Levels aren't everything. Heck, that Pokemon could be level 1,000,000 for all I care, and it still wouldn't be a match for us," said Ash, holding his hand out as Pikachu climbed up his arm and sat on his shoulder. Turning around, he faced Doppelganger. "What we share here, the bond between a Pokemon and a trainer, this is power that no amount of levels can match," he shouted. "Face it, you've lost." "No! I won't be beaten again!" Doppelganger screamed, and in a frenzy, charged at Ash. "Ah!" he screamed when Ash hit him, knocking him down. "You know, that earlier statement about everyone looking down on you? Yes, I was listening. It isn't true, you know. said Ash as he walked over to Doppelganger and smirked. "You've got it all wrong. It's not that I look down on you." Doppelganger flew through the air and smashed right into the brick wall. He gasped, his body completely embedded into the wall. "It's just that I freaking hate you!" Ash shouted as Doppelganger blacked out. He sighed and stared at his defeated opponent. "Wow, this sure is a familiar picture. No, wait, something's missing. Ah, yes." He laughed as he reached into Doppelganger's pockets and took out his wallet. "Not bad," he whistled, counting the money. "I wonder how the others are doing."